Chapter 31.
Childhood fun. Some of the happiest moments of my childhood were the times I spent with my dad. Sure, Boy Scouts played a big part in that. He was our troop scoutmaster, but the connection between us ran deeper than uniforms and merit badges. He wasn't just respected by me, the entire troop admired him. He had that rare combination of toughness and tenderness, structure and humor. He held us accountable, yet he made us laugh. He expected a lot, but he always gave more in return. One moment stands out, both painful and, in hindsight, defining. I had injured my finger on the table saw in our basement woodshop. I came to him, bloodied and ashamed, and he looked at me, shook his head, and said with a wry grin, "If you're going to be stupid, you better be tough." Some might call that harsh, but I knew better. That was Dad's way of caring, always thinking ahead, always teaching. His humor wasn't to dismiss my pain, it was to help me remember the lesson and carry it with me. So much of who I became as a father came from him. I raised my two sons with the same steady love and a few of my own additions. I made sure they knew two things from early on. One, you're smart. Two, you're good looking. And you know what? They believed it. They grew up without the weight of doubt I sometimes carried, and I pray they never question their worth. My love for woodworking is another gift Dad passed down to me. I remember one Christmas season wandering into the basement to find him working at his bench. He was building something, what I soon realized was a model train track. I asked him what it was, and without missing a beat, he said, "I'm building a train track for Santa. Want to help me?" Me? Help Santa? That was all I needed to hear. That day, side by side with Dad, I worked on something magical. Even if some part of me suspected the gift might end up under our own tree, I still believed in the wonder of Santa, and more importantly, in the time I was spending with my father. It felt like an honor, a privilege. As I got older, our bond only deepened. When Jan and I moved to northern Michigan, Mom and Dad followed. We started a tradition, Sunday dinners together, and it continued faithfully even after the move. Later, when they retired to Florida, I never imagined I'd find myself there too. But when my life fell apart and I needed to start over, that's exactly where I went. Back to them, back to him. I sat with him that morning as he lay unconscious in his hospital bed. His health had been, and he had made it clear he didn't want extraordinary measures taken. He had chosen a DNR order, but due to a mix-up at his assisted living facility, paramedics revived him anyway. When I arrived at the hospital, he looked at me, shook his head, and pointed to the breathing apparatus with pleading eyes. He didn't want it. He wanted peace. I told the nurse, "He's DNR." Watching them remove the mask wasn't easy. He was struggling to breathe, his eyes wide with fear. It felt like he was slipping away in panic. I rushed to get the nurse again, and they administered morphine. Slowly, his face softened. His breathing grew gentler, and I sat there, his son, watching the man who had taught me so much begin his final journey. I took his hand, leaned close, and whispered, "It's okay, Dad. Sally and I will take care of Mom. You can let go now." And he did. Tears fell down my face, but my heart was full. In that moment, I realized the depth of love I carried for my imperfect, wonderful, fiercely loving father. How could I not consider those among the happiest moments of my childhood? To be that close, to love that deeply, to be loved that fully. How many people ever get to say that? I was blessed beyond words to call him my dad.